Forms twisted from their nature, Legion of the Night, what hope remains. Here we go, we've got another siege on our hands. This is episode 57. Welcome to the series, welcome to the channel. My name is DasTactic. Hope you've been enjoying the series so far. I've sort of let it go a little bit. I've sort of been just fixing things up. Before we come back and deal with this, let's just click on OK and just leave it where it is. It's now the 1st of early summer, the 1st of hematite, early summer in the year 255. So we're sort of now moving through. Now I've been playing for about a month and a half, a season and a half, essentially, just sort of getting a few things sort of ready to talk about, because I don't want the series to go on and on and on, and it really is already going well beyond the where I wanted it to actually go. Now we're going to have people outside. They won't be too far outside. So we need to we know what to do with the one out through here. I'll come back and deal with this one again fairly soon. We should have some people outside, I would think. Maybe we don't anymore. I might have actually had them all brought back inside. We've sort of been chopping down wood, getting wood replenished. As we come back down through the fortress, we're finding that we're getting a lot of stuff that's just not quite working properly, so we're going to have to sort of fix all this up as well. Other things that I've fixed up as we come back down around. When we come into here, what I've done is I've actually I've put a new bridge in through this side to block off that door. I've also then got this door locked, and so I'm going to open this door now for the group. Now I'm assuming that the group that's coming will be able to smash open this door, no problem at all. But I do then have a few little traps in there anyway. I haven't done the next. Actually, one thing I have done is I've now this was the level that this was on. I've dropped it another 2 levels. That should kill most things now. So in the past we've had bruising and so on and so forth. It was a 2-drop before. It's now a 4-drop, and 4 drops are pretty much guaranteed to kill dwarves. So it's going to end up being quite damaging. I've got a ramp that then sort of leads down into the actual pit itself, and I haven't actually cleaned anything out really from there properly. All of these traps have been reset back in through this side, so as we just keep on coming back down. One thing I didn't do, actually, where is it? The water trap. It's further down, actually, as we come back down into here. I still haven't fixed this up yet. I will be doing that, hopefully, this episode, because I don't think we're going to have to wait. I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about anything that's actually coming. I think my trap systems at the top of the fortress are good enough to sort of contend with all of that. Haven't been able to drain this yet. I do want to do that before we sort of finish off the series. There's a few things I want to get through. I want to get through interacting with the outside world, which I haven't really done much of that. So a few things anyway. I'll get to those as we come back down. I didn't really do much into here. I've sort of left all that go where that is. One thing I did do was, in the last episode, I think it was the last one or even the one before, we've set up the area ready for the vampire. Now the vampire, when we have a look back in through here, is this corridor here goes to where the vampire is actually currently in prison. Now I'm not sure if I have to actually let the vampire go, or if the vampire will just go when its thing is done, like basically when it's actually finished. So it may just release itself, but I can't remember. I might just open this door, but then just go up the top to where we've got our vampire levels and just lock this door here. That way the vampire can go up into its quarters, which is what all of this will then be. So we want to have a look at that, and that's any day now. The vampire will sort of be released. Let's have a look at the convicts. Go to Moses. 7 more days, so 1 more week in prison, and then she will be released, and then we can sort of have her decked out to start to do some fighting as well. That could be quite interesting to sort of see how that goes. Rest of the things in the fortress, let's just keep on going back up again. So we're sort of moving back up to the entrance. One thing I have been doing is I'm now getting all the people now just to go and take all of the clothing away from the various creatures in the cages. So we're sort of stripping it away and just getting heaps and heaps of stuff that's now sort of been left in this little area. So that's currently that's the last thing I did actually before I before I let it run through to the early summer and before this invasion started. We did actually have at one point a forgotten beast down below, but I didn't worry about it because it really wasn't doing anything. Oh yeah, it's still there. Okay, there's still a forgotten beast. So this forgotten beast is just hovering around down through the side. It does have wings, but I haven't seen it fly. So it's just sort of it's just sitting down here in the second cavern. So there's not the third, but the second one. And so it's just on the edge of what we can see on the edge of the map, but just not really doing much at all. So it's just sort of sitting underneath these trees, just having a relaxing time, waiting for victims, which it hasn't actually found any. This is one of these things where I would like to eventually sort of find a way to, well, not find a way, but I should actually create a staircase so that these things can actually make it to the surface, so we can then have some more fun with it. I just to say, I'm mindful that I don't want the series to go on for too long. Yeah. So anyway, that's where we are there. Other things that we've done. Yeah, I've just been going through. I mean, everyone's like, if we have a look at the actual, these guys, they're all just training away inside. They're getting better and better at what they do. So adequate dodgers now. Dabbling at axe dwarf in this sort of case. What are you? This is an adequate dodger. Dabbling axe dwarf. Some of these will be fairly good. Competent swords dwarf. Adequate fighter. Dabbling axe dwarf. Yeah, so they're sort of slowly getting their skill levels up as they talk it out with each other, and so they're just on full training. Now, one thing I might also then go and do is, while we're actually here, is go and get the bolts of burning and have them actually go and patrol the top of the fortress, just a couple of them. I may even add a few more. I've got now over 100 people that have actually now made it into the fortress. Let's go and add in, let's get 4 of them working the top. Now you can see these 2 are patrolling the bottom of the fortress, but let's actually just have these as another patrol. So let's just go and add in a couple more. Pretty much just looking for anyone that's got either, like, that's not already assigned to anything important and has got some marks dwarf skills. Might change a few of these things up actually. Yeah, there's not much. They're all not much marks dwarfs. Let's just go and grab some of the peasants at the bottom of the list. Just go to the bottom of the list again. Yeah, I'll fill this one up. And I will actually then start them to do like specific things. Yep, ease them. And the last one, the lucky last. So Erdem. All right, so what we'll do with those is we'll just go back to the squads, and with the bolts, we'll just go to their schedule, and we'll just change what we had magma patrol, but I'll just leave this as the actual patrol. So if we go and edit what they do, so we've got the patrol the lava workshops, which is one of them. If we just go across into editing and then have a look at the actual patrols, if I just go up to F1, I do want them to be moving around here. So essentially just patrolling back and forwards between, probably between, like I'll put one in each corner, that way they can sort of just work their way around. So we're going to have, I probably just want to have like maybe 3 do this one, so I'll just go 3 for this next one. We'll go and create a new route, and so this will be the tower. Okay, and click points on the map to add the points. So we'll just go and click there, 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 and there. There's the 4. So they'll just, now this will just be where 3 of them will actually patrol there. 2 of them will actually patrol down below, which is fine. So we'll just go and confirm that one. So the tower patrol. So we've got 3 now patrolling the tower, 2 patrolling the lava workshops. What I might do is also just get a few of them training as well. So I'll have maybe 2 or 3 training at a time. There was also got the so this one here is to basically just have it patrol randomly. I could even do that, but this one is here just to have training as well. At least 3, actually 3 or 2. That sort of gets, I might just make it 2 for training, and I might just have 1 patrolling the fortress, just as a general patrol. There we are. So and we'll just patrol basically the burrow. So that one there, done. Yep, that should do it. Confirm. Okay, so Finn Fortress. So we've got 2 patrolling the bottom, 3 patrolling the tower, 2 training at all times so they get better and better, and 1 defending the fortress. So we've still got like 1 left over. Hang on, how many got? That's 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 2 that can then just relax. So that'll sort of give us a nice little collection of different things for them to go and do. So we're done editing with that one. That's good, and we'll start to see that when we have a look at the actual figures. At the moment, there's only 2 of them that have actually got their bows armed, but now we'll find that there'll be a lot more when I actually sort of release the actual game itself. Just go back to the squads. So let's go and deal with this particular incident that we actually now have with these things actually coming back in. We're going to just double check our burrows. So we've got the burrows back in through this side, which is fine. So I'm just going to now go and tell them to conform to the burrows. Actually, one thing I might just show you before we sort of do anything else. We haven't had anyone else actually really... Oh, here we go. We've got one person, Della, pump operator, coming back through. I don't know why. Hopefully not with anything, wanting to steal anything. It's trying to go and attend a meeting. I've got a miner there, Zulban. I haven't seen anyone else really come back down this way, but anyway, we'll just keep track of those and see what happens. There's a lot going to be going on, I think, in this episode, just of different sorts of weird and wonderful things that happen in Dwarf Fortress. We'll just sort of deal with that at the time. What else is there to talk about? I think one of the other things we might just talk about is the great big area through here. Now, I've cleaned this one right out. I've been spending basically all the time that I haven't been recording is mainly dumping items. So I've mainly dumped all of the items that were in here out through into this little area, and then I've just released all of the rocks. So these are now available, but they're outside of this. There was heaps and heaps of them. None of these have actually grown yet, but there are a few trees that are starting to sort of grow. Now, I can keep on coming back in and building things, but these goblin caps, when they do grow eventually, and it's going to take a long time, we're going to end up with a forest in here, but it's going to take quite some time for that to actually happen. So we've just got to wait. Now, at the moment, it's all just full of mud. You know, it's just sticky mud at this point in time, which is fine. That's okay. We don't need to worry about that one. Everything else is looking pretty good here in the fortress, to be honest. It's, we've sort of dealt with most things. I don't think there's anything else I really needed to report on, really. I don't know why these are. They're all moving into the back areas. I might just have a quick look and just make sure that we do actually have everything we needed. I don't remember actually if I did the last run. Just made sure that the last of the animals. Yeah, piglets don't need to go. Yeah, everything's okay. Everything's okay. So we're going to restrict everyone to burrows right away. Let's just ignore those. So we'll just close them down, just go to F1 and just turn the burrows on. So the burrows are now activated. Oh, one thing we should just do is make sure that everyone is assigned to them. So we've now got all the new assignments have now been assigned to the burrows, that way they won't go out. I did move one of the outside, I've moved the plant materials to the outside just so that they rot away quickly. I don't want to have anything that can be brought back to life, but plant matter can't, and it was just clogging up my refuse pile inside, so I've gotten rid of that one. Right, well, I'll just let it run. What I might do here is just go and lock this door, and I'll just go down to F1. I think this will be actually F5, sorry. And we're just going to block off the tower door. Pull the lever, do it now. And with that one, we've got the tower gate ready to go. The upper market gate is fine. The market gate, I've put in the new one in through here. This is the drop blocker. I'm going to pull that lever as well. Just do it now. Just so that it's actually been pulled open, so that it's going to, well, closed actually. So it's going to then close. Let's just go back up the top and watch what happens with this vile force of darkness. This group that must have come from Massive Steel yet again, I would guess. There's not very many of them there yet. These are soldiers of the night, axemen. If we look at the health and the description, a small one-eyed humanoid. Okay, so it's small, but it looks big. It's a long spiral horn. Its black skin is warty. It's this night creature was first created by the dwarven necromancer Olin Wheels inches of massive steel after horrible experiments on an elf in the year 214. And these will all be the same, I think. If we look at their description. Yeah, these are all warty. These are all part of these experiments, I think. They all look like they've got the same. Yep. So it's got a long spiral horn. Okay, let's. Now they've disappeared. Don't know what that means. They may have just come straight in and straight out. Anyway, let's just let it go for a little while. I think there may be a bug. I've had this happen before, and then all of a sudden they just weren't there. I'm not sure what that means. They may have just bounced in and thought, no, can't do it, and bounced back out again. This is all blocked in again now. Does it matter? Does it matter? Maybe not. Let's leave it up for a short amount of time and then just start working on the bits that we need to work on. Now, one of the things I want to be doing in this episode, well, first of all, it's now the second. Let's go and watch what happens with the with our friendly. Actually, I've got to close this as well. I might just get everything ready for the siege. So let's go down to F5. This is the drop trap release gate. The drop release gate. That's the drop trigger. So this is the one here. We need to pull that lever. Do it now. Yeah, I don't know if the if those guys have just bounced in and then are bouncing back out again. We'll just, yeah, that one's going back. That's all right. Nobody seems to be going off to report a crime. So if we have a look now at which one should we look at? We'll have a look at the. God, there's so much to do here. I think we'll just go back up to the prison layers and just have a bit of a look in through here. Oh, here we go. Vile Force of Darkness has arrived. So we've got another invasion. Anyway, that's fine. So they've actually come to besiege us. Here they come. These ones are coming in. Maybe they chased the other one off. Yeah, they're coming straight in. And of course we are ready for these. There's nothing else we need to do. Now, one thing I just want to make doubly sure of is that we actually have this open at this stage. So this will be where I can now stop them in their tracks. I can get them, I can draw them all the way down to here now, and then just lock this door, and then that's it, job done. If we have a bit of a look and see, I don't think there's that many of them that have actually come through. Just keep it nice and open. I don't even know where they are. I'll just wait for them to come inside. Let's see what they get up to. The game is starting to slow down with the FPS, with all the different things that are going on with it. Here they come. Straight in the trap. Okay, that's the first one. So she has fallen into our trap. This is Osmoto Pustu, the Goblin Bowman. We don't know much about her just yet. And they come. In you come, down you go, down you go. Now they're already sort of moving their way through. Now what I could do is actually just, if there's not that many of them, I'll just let them come through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can actually capture 5 of them. So it's 1, 2, 3. That'll do. It's outside. I do want to test. I want to test this mechanism. I might still stop this and just see what actually happens. So if I just go down to F5, and we'll just see the drop trigger, pull the lever. I do want to just check and see what actually happens now with the extra 2, like doubling the drop distance. I think that this will actually then get us some kills in here straight away. So we might as well see if that's the case. That way we don't have to have too many more people caught up in all of the other bits and pieces up through here where we sort of, trying to sort of extract all the information from. It's a weasel corpse. Now, why is that there? Oh, it may have died in the cages. Everything else is looking good. I have made sure that all the cages themselves aren't set to dumping, only the stuff inside it. So they'll just keep on sort of doing what they're doing. I also want to dump these rocks and just get them out of there. Okay, let's go back up, Shift F1, and then just move back up the top here again. Oh, there's already some. Oh, we didn't even see those. These were like sneaky ones. Oh, they had thieves with them as well. So the thieves have actually been caught in there. Wow, okay. So we didn't even see the thieves, but they have been caught in the traps. Awesome. Just going to go a little bit further forward. That's about as far as they can go. Let's just go and forbid that. And we'll see what actually happens when they drop. There we go. I'll just do it bit by bit. Yep, they're dropping through the Z layers. So they can't hold onto the smoothed walls. I have smoothed the walls now as well. So they've still got a little way to drop. Just wait until they fall down into this area. This one's falling in straight away. Yeah, so there's actually snatchers, protect the children. So they came in with the actual invasion. It's interesting that they didn't actually set the... they didn't, like, we could still actually lock the door even though they got through it. That was good. That's good. Things are working quite well here. All right, so we'll just go and drop down a bit further. So they're picking up momentum as they drop. So this is the last bit. There we go. So the Goblin Bowman. Okay, so it actually managed to survive. The Bowman actually did survive that big drop. The next one though, not so much. So the Goblin Crossbowman's left upper leg takes a full force of the impact, but is deflected by the Copper Mail shirt. The upper body takes the full force of the impact, but is deflected by the Goblin's copper shirt. Okay, so the throat, but it's deflected again, so the upper arm takes the full force. Okay, so it actually still is doing okay. Much better than what a dwarf would do in this instance. And the last one comes crashing down. There we go, the last one there. Lower body takes a full force of the impact. Yeah, so they're all okay. They're basically now in there with nothing much to do. So that's pretty much it for the invasion. Let's just now capture them. So these are captured. Just go back down to F5. And we have the drop trap. Drop trigger, pull the lever. Do it now, please. And we'll actually do the drop release gate. So drop release gate. Just go up to Shift F1 up to this area and have a bit of a look back up around the corner. I may be able to even make this one go down another layer or two. I can't do two, but I could do... Yeah, I could do one. I could do one more layer down. I might do that because I thought that they were going to actually take a lot more damage than this. But they didn't. They did actually very, very well. So this will then open up. Going stir crazy. Don't know what to do. Here you go, guys. Here's your way out. Bang. Gone. And siege is not over yet. Now the last one there isn't actually moving. What we might do is we might actually open this door. So you are now passable. And you're gone as well. And the siege is over. Yeah, there we go. That was done very, very quickly. This trap system that we've got is actually very, very effective. Let's just go back and claim these now. One thing I wouldn't mind doing actually is I might keep these actually in here. I know I won't. No, I will bring them through. I should try to remember where they go though. Let's just go and claim these, just so we can reset them. And similarly with the thieves. So we just reset those traps. Okay, everyone else is now safe. So we'll head on out, and I'll just get started with everything else. This one as well. Oh, hang on, there's still more to come. Okay. Nope, they're going. They're leaving. Are our guys up the top here? No, no one's up there yet. How are they going? We probably just happened all too fast. Hang on, we don't want to look at that one. We want to look at this one here. Yeah, there's certainly gearing up and getting ready. There's only the two that are off duty now. And so they just haven't made it up to the top of the fortress yet. So back to the squads. And yeah, they just haven't quite made it up to the actual top of the fortress. But I think they're on their way. Okay, well with that done, I think I'm just now going to just release the everything again. So we just go back into the trap room. We will pull the lever, just open up the tower door. I'll leave all the other bits and pieces where they are, I think. Drop gates. Yeah, everything actually is pretty good here. So, but I will actually just go and extend it one deeper. So if we just go back across and suspend the burrow. All right, Shift F1, and I do need to fix this up. Yeah, we can do I can do the channel off from this actually. I just need to have it for channeling from in here, which I can do from the top. This will actually ultimately just be the drain for the back of this. Yeah, I'll figure all that out, because ultimately we're going to be able to sort of then go back up and do things. Let's just go back up the top here and channel down one more. So you've got one more that we can channel down. So we'll do that. Just try to get more depth, more violence. Just going to make sure that I stop one area. Okay, so that just goes up. Now it'll go up 3 layers. That's all set and ready to go. Okay, so we'll just have everyone sort of start to now work on this. There they go. And that's all done. Okay, that's cool. Petitions. No entertainers, thank you. Yep, rodent women and stuff down the bottom there. We're not really worrying about those anything at all. Now if we just go back up to F1 again, yeah, here they come. Patrolling the top. That's diligence for you. There's one on his own. Who's this one? This is Coolit. Yeah, this one's still actually locked. Okay, we want to unlock that one. It's funny, this always catches them. It's sort of right. It's right on the vector that they're using to come into the fortress, which is quite funny. It's been consistent to pick up, and that's just fluke, absolute fluke. I should have actually put, in hindsight, should have put flooring down so I could put more traps in closer, but I didn't. And so this was the first I could go on away on a paved road, but it's working. So yeah, that's okay. Everything else is looking good out there, so that's all fine. Yep, let's just let it continue on. Actually, we can now open this door, make that one passable. And so what we'll do is we'll now also then just go down and, once we actually get this other stage done, I'll just let them sort of dig all this stuff. But my FPS has really dropped a lot with all of this. This is not a good miner that we've got in here. We need better miners. Yeah, they're already picking up these guys. Might just go to F2 and just see where they drop them if we can see it. Didn't drop them anywhere through there. One's slow. Falling granite, okay. I've still got some dumped stuff going on. Oh, there we go. We've just dropped this cage in. Potentially both of these. Let's just go and dump these in this case. Just go to the cages themselves and undump them. Although it looks like they don't have any clothing on. Or some of these still do. Going off to pick up another one. I might just follow her up. Just see where she goes. Just make sure that the fighting is not up where we are. No, that's okay. Yes, we've got one more. Oh, okay, this is early summer, so we do need to now keep it open for wagons. They've just completely bypassed us. I think I'll wait for the liaison, and then we'll actually. This is the problem. This one here. I guess I should keep it open. I'll just follow her down all the way down. Where's she going to place it? Right there. Okay. Now I missed another one of them. So they're still pulling apart all of the equipment from inside here, which is great. Just let them continue on. We want this cleaned right out. Now, the next thing we want to be starting to look at is, I'll just go back up to Shift F1 again and just have a quick look at this drop area. We've still got a bit that we're doing. Okay, this is better. This one's working like crazy here. Who's that? That's right, head treasurer. Head treasurer of the humans, wanting to have a meeting. So the Baroness meets with the Goblin Keeper of the Seal. Yeah, this is actually the goblins have got sorry, the humans have got a goblin that actually does their dealing with them. There's much to discuss. Information. That's all we had to do, is just have a look at the new information they present. Okay, so the wagons are bypassed, but there are merchants that have actually arrived. Now we've got, so it all goes down to there, and then we just want to make sure that we just clean out this other thing, and so that there's nothing that they can latch onto. It's going to be dug out. So it's a fair drop there in here now. I'll just go down to F5, and I will actually open that up because fairly soon we're going to have the other. Oh, actually, we've also now gone past when the release was going to happen from prison. So we will got the drop blocker. Pull the lever, do it now. So we'll just actually allow that one now to open itself up. And we'll just go back up now to the prison layer. Still actually attached there, and I think if we have a look at what's going on, what I might just do is I might actually. This is now a bit of a tricky one. We're actually over time, so what I might do is I might do my building one in the next episode, where I'm not going to have all this action going on all the time, and then I'll release her now. So we'll deal with the vampire right now. So we're just going to make this one passable. But what I want to do with her is put her into her own squad. I'll just wait until we find somebody to come and actually. Oh, we've got a milk that's withdrawn from society. Someone should come to release her soon, I would think. Just came to Claudia's shop, that's alright. I'll just pause this for a second. Got a planter coming in, Dwarf and Child. On behalf of the Merchants Guild, let me extend greetings to our people. There's lots to discuss here, blah, blah, blah. Really, there's nothing I need. I really just don't need anything. I mean, what would be nice to have? Let's just get clay or something like that. Done. That's all we want. Diplomacy. So Resmi is then saying very well, we've finalised the import agreement. Yep, blah, blah, blah. The need for goblets is expected. That's okay. Now, I might... yeah, so just coming back in. Now, this one has got no job and has now released the vampire. So the vampire is now released. So the so Moses is just sitting on the bed at this point in time. I'm going to now lock this door, and so that the vampire really only has one way to go. That was sort of lucky that A, nothing happened, and B, we now actually have the vampire on her own. So I'm now going to go and create a new squad. I'm going to go and create a new squad based around with... I'm going to go with Iron Melee. That's what we want this one to be. So we'll choose the uniform, and the groups will assign the leader as Moses. This will be a one-person vampire squad at this stage. So I'm just looking for Moses in here somewhere. Just look for the white skin. There she is. Okay, so that's it. That's the vampires. This is the celebrated keys. Now we'll change this to vampire squad. All right, so that's now, and what I can then do is give orders to the squad to then get her to move into different places. So just go back to the squads, and so with the vampire squad, I think I'll just change the symbol. We'll make it into a sort of like a crimson colour with a reddish sort of background in through there. Vampires, what should we use for them? Just make it a star, that'll do. Okay, vampire squad. So that'll work. I could even make it sort of so that it looks like it's part of the night. In fact, let's go and do that. We'll make the symbol more of a gold colour and the background more of a really dark purple. There we go. So it's sort of creatures of the night. And so with the squad, I can then just go back across. Now we've got the schedule. We won't bother with anything. We're just going to go and, because they're already great fighters usually. So I'm just going to go and move this one up and just tell it to go and move into its quarters. So that will be the instruction, and she should then follow that instruction. Yeah, she's now dropped all of her clothing. This is okay. So she's got no clothing at the moment. And then we'll just find the best equipment we possibly can get for her. And so she's now in this location. We can now lock this door as well. And she's now locked. This is now her quarters from that point. These aren't door smashers, I'm pretty sure. I'm about 95% sure. So we can now just release her from this particular... So we don't need any... Cancel the orders. Routine is off duty. I will actually change the schedule to where are we? Ready. Okay, so just go to ready. So that way they will actually eventually get all their stuff. And so I think I'll finish this one off just by showing you what to do. I'm just going to go and release this one. So we're just going to go and make this granite door here passable. Now we do actually have up the top here. I've still got all these people actually doing the stuff down the bottom here. Where are we? Actually, I'll just go to F2. So they're still pulling stuff off all of these. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go and I'll leave that. Should I just let it go? There's no screaming urgency with anything. I think what I'll do is I'll just go back in. It looks like we may have actually pulled a lot of the stuff off into here. Yeah, we're not going to see much there, so that's okay. We'll just I'll leave that one where that is. Eventually I'll need to sort of just do something with these. I don't know what I'll do with them yet, but with so many of these trapped, you can do all sorts of different things, weird and wonderful things with the creatures. You can leave them as bait, even outside. Like you can actually have them chained up around your fortress as a bit of a warning, so that if anyone comes, they'll then fight them first, or whatever else it might actually be. You can sort of do it and surrounded by traps. You can do all sorts of weird and wonderful things. We may even do that actually. We may sort of spread them out a little bit, put them on chains outside. And just leave them out there. That will be a bit of a warning sign to anyone else that does arrive. Now we've got the humans that are here as well. I won't deal with them straight away. What I want to do now is I want to go and make sure that this is no longer active. So I want that one to be turned off. I'm just leaving one dump zone active at a time. So I just suspend that one. Now if I go back to my different dump zones, you can see I've got 4 of them. One is the Atom Smasher dump, one is the Disarm, one is a Stone dump, and one is just called Garbage dump, which I think is my Vampire dump. Oh, hang on, it's gone. Where's the? Oh, hang on, I've got a little one there in that corner. That was to give her something to do, just to move all the rocks into there. So that one's going to be just for her. I might deal with that one now as well, actually. So I'll just go to dump. Because this is now isolated, whatever I sort of do with this is going to is then going to be fine. But what we can do is the only way we can really sort of safely get things in for her, and she is going to be very, very useful in the fortress. So I'm just going to go back across and put this little dump here on. But I must have deleted the one that was up the top here, because this is actually this is the important one. This is for the vampire, and so. If we've got things that require dumping, or things that I need to put in here, I can just designate them for dumping, and they'll be dumped in on top of the vampire. And so I want to make sure that she's got like a full kit of things ready to go. So so she can fight as effectively as we can possibly do it. So all steel, not just iron. So in this case, I'm just going to go back across, going to go to a garbage dump, and just build a small little area in through there. Just accept this one. This one, I thought I had done this one, but anyway, vampire dump. And so this is how we get equipment into the vampire. And so for the things we need the vampire to do, we can just dump it and put it straight into here if this is the only active one that we actually have. And so that should be the only active dump that we now have in the fortress, which means I can now go across and find the best quality equipment around the place. So if we go to steel, now this is ammunition. Actually, if I just do steel armor, so we've got steel mail shirt, and this is forbidden. I've got only really one that's actually not forbidden at this stage. So there's some that must be outside, but there's one that's actually inside. So that will do. We'll just go and grab that one. So we'll dump that. The steel, we've got bars, fish. Steel fish? Oh, okay, steelhead trout. Okay. Actually, I didn't realise I was catching fish. I really should actually process them. I don't actually haven't bothered with those. Now we've got these steel high boots. Now these are good quality. I don't want the large. I just want the normal dwarf size. So these are both good quality. So that will do. I don't know if that's a pair or just, I think they're individuals, so I'll just go and get both of those. We'll dump 2 of those. Footwear, handwear, steel left and right gauntlets, back in through this side. Now that's forbidden. I don't know where they actually are, but that doesn't matter. Let's go and grab them anyway. Headwear, so just a steel helm. That's the only one that's any good. This one's a bit dinged up. But this one here will do. Again, that's not forbidden, so that can be dumped. Leg wear. Now we've got these are steel chain leggings, and they're not going to. That's too big to wear on what we've got. So I might have to come back for iron greaves. Shields and bucklers. We've got steel shields in through this side. A few of these again are forbidden. Let's just go and throw one of these in here. We'll dump one of these steel shields. None of them are any better than any other ones. Weapons. So we have steel warhammers and steel battle axes. Now I can use this against the undead, and so if I use steel warhammers, that might be the way to go rather than the battle axe. Let's go and do that. So what that's going to then do is they're going to end up bringing stuff in. Now actually one thing we need is go back into stocks, and we'll just do iron as the next best thing down, and we're going to go legwear. And so we've got iron greaves. Now we do have some good quality iron greaves. We've got a lot that we've been building ourselves, like heaps. So there's a lot of them in there, and so it's the iron greaves that we want with the high boots. So these are good quality. We'll dump those as well. And so if we try to actually find where they actually are, like it looks like some of them are back in this area, or maybe not. Let's follow the helm. Let's just follow the steel helm. And so this is the one that's there for dumping. So this is actually inside this particular location. So we've just got, and some of these have come in from outside. Now it's the steel helm, this one here. I will just, yeah, this is worth 2,000. So, oh, hang on, that's the armor bin. The steel helm itself is worth 300. Just follow it until eventually somebody will come and take it. I might just pause the game for a little while this happens. Oh no, there we go. We've got it's now being taken by this character. They will then take it through the dump area and then throw it down the bottom here. And so there goes the equipment starting to now come back in for the vampire. And so the vampire is now going to have like all of the equipment that's the helm and the hammer. That will all eventually fill up with different bits and pieces. Now she's just going to keep on working away. There's one of the boots, or two of the boots. There's a troll fur sock that's been thrown away as well, which we don't want anyway. So she's just cleaning up as she goes. Now she likes reading, this is why I've put some bookcases there. I haven't put anything in there yet for her, but there is a whole lot of stuff that has been left outside, and so we may sort of throw that in there as well. But anyway, this is sort of the process, so she's just picking up the different granite stuff. Not that we'll ever be able to use it. You're getting socks and things, so they're throwing away stuff that... Okay, the mayor has been re-elected. There may still be things that we're grabbing from the other area through here. Store owned item. It's just defending the fortress, just having a look around, making sure that nothing's amiss. Anyway, that's this is how we then, like, all I need to do now is just go back in and allow this to all be reclaimed. And so when we have a look at Moses, and just get her to, well, in fact, we do it this way. We just go back across into the actual group itself. Just go to the equipment, iron melee. We can just update equipment, and then she'll go and start to then go and pick up the bits and pieces. She's still working away, still dumping things. Is she going to wear them? Not yet. I'll just pause. I may need to create like a stockpile in there. Actually, I just realised, I think that my actual equipment is actually metal. It's iron melee. It's not actually steel. And so I'm going to change her details. We're going to assign a particular item. So if we just go back across, I'll get rid of all of this stuff, and we'll just get her set up with very specific things. So body wear, specific armor, and so we're just going to go back through, and unfortunately this is going to take a little bit of time just to find them. You can't search, unfortunately, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. Steel. Where's the steel? Look, I won't do it that way. What I'll do is I'll just go into male shirts, and material will be then steel. I'll just do it this way. So as long as I've got what I need in through this side. Now, what do we actually have in here? We don't have the steel shirt in here yet. I've got a copper mail shirt. That's not what we want. Pretty much everything else is actually okay here. It's just the actual mail shirt's not there. So we've got steel, helm, warhammer, shield, gauntlets, iron greaves is the only sort of thing like this, and then we've just got a bit of rubbish that's been thrown in here as well. Now I can always just go and lock a door and then take stuff out if we need to, but I don't think I'll worry too much about it. Troll fur sock, yep, that's okay. Yeah, this one here is just not. That's the only one that I'm really a bit not wanting to have put in here. Really, there is a steel shirt somewhere out there. So let's just go and. I don't want to have anything else actually added into this one. I think I might wait a little bit until we actually. It looks like we're still getting rid of some of the other things from the other prisoners. So with that in mind, I will just go back and get her again. Just sorry with the equipment all over the place with this one. So it's not going to be iron melee. We're going to. This is going to be steel helm. Iron greaves, steel gauntlets, steel high boots, steel shield, and what the steel warhammer. Okay, so that gets all of those different bits and pieces that we have. We just don't have the steel mail shirt just yet. So I'm going to actually type this one into vampire steel, and then we can just change this over when we get the when we get steel greaves. Confirm. Okay, so that one's done. Now she should now go off and start, hopefully, to go and pick that up. Yeah, she's got pickup equipment. Getting decked out. She still doesn't have the clothing on. Yeah, so she's left the iron greaves there. But we need the as far as the items are concerned, she's sort of got everything dressed. Like she's got her boots, her gauntlets, helm, hammer, and shield, but she doesn't actually have the greaves or the mail shirt. I don't know whether to bother with what to do with these. The iron greaves are sitting right there. I've restricted the copper mail shirt just so she doesn't pick that up. Look, I might we might just let it go for a little while until she's required. Although to be honest, it is nice to have her wearing what she needs to wear in here. She's just got no job at the moment, so she's really going to get quite bored. But what we can do is we can ultimately use her to go outside and do little exercises, essentially, like we can sort of block off all of this stuff and then let her go out into the actual main part of the fortress. So I can actually sort of forbid this, but then open this up and allow her out and about just to do patrolling back outside, just to clean up any of the dangers that might be out there. So she'll end up becoming quite valuable over time. Anyway, I'll leave it here. I've gone through the principle of it. We just didn't quite get that mail shirt. Where is the mail shirt? It may be somewhere else. Steel. Oops. Steel armor. Where are you? Oh, it's been worn. Okay, so one of the guys is wearing it. Kosoth. Okay. Well, we're going to have to get rid of that at some point. She's got lots of stuff. She's wearing heaps of stuff in through here. Oh well, that's very strange. Very strange. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.